Welcome to This Day for this Monday, March 13th. I'm Paul Ortiz filling in for vacationing Lisa Hart. She's off today, enjoying a wonderful long weekend. We have a great program for you today. We're going to be talking to Juanita Skillman. She's with the Golden Rain Foundation, and they had their first meeting last Tuesday, and they do meet on the first Tuesday of each month. And she's going to be talking about some of the highlights and some of the topics that they discussed at that meeting, so we'll hear about that a little bit later. And we're going to especially be talking about Gate 12, which is located right by us here in the community center. So be sure and stay tuned for that. We also have a meeting today. That's going to be at 1:30 this afternoon. That's the third Architectural Controls and Standards Committee. That is right here in your community center, and it's located on the first floor right here in your boardroom. Hey, let's take a look outside. It looks like it's going to be another kind of dreary day. It's very foggy this morning, and with the time change, it was awfully strange coming into work. But hopefully you're getting adjusted to it. It's probably going to take a couple of days for us to get adjusted to that time change. But today, partly cloudy, almost a little bit of, feels like a little bit of drizzle out there, but we'll probably see most of that tomorrow and Wednesday. And then as those temperatures start to get a little bit lower, it's going to start to kind of get partly and cloudy again throughout the following, Thursday and Friday. And then from what I understand, there's also going to be another bit of rain coming over the weekend as well. So we've been seeing a lot of rain, especially here in our Southern California area that we haven't seen in quite some time. So of course, we've always talked about the drought for the last 5 years. So it'll be interesting to see how this rainfall is impacting our drought levels, and hopefully that helps us out here in Southern California. Well, let's take a look at that sunrise and sunset. This was this morning at 7:04 a.m. We had our sunrise with our new time change. And then our sunset this evening is going to be around 7 o'clock as well. It's going to be at 6:57 p.m., and that's this evening. And that's a beautiful picture. It looks like it's Santa Barbara out there, and it looks like maybe Channel Islands out there as well. But a beautiful Santa Barbara. My daughter actually lives in Santa Barbara, and it's a beautiful old town, or city, I guess you can call it, but a beautiful area if you ever get a chance up to visit that Santa Barbara area. There's wonderful places to go eat and visit, so be sure and visit that at some point. That's our sunrise and sunset. Hey, we're going to be back with Juanita Skillman and more of our program right after this short break.
The Hogue Classic is returning March 15th through the 19th. Defending champ Retief Goosen and a Hall of Fame roster of PGA Tour legends descend on Newport Beach Country Club to take top prize from the $2 million purse. Join us for the fun, the sun, and the legends. For tickets, visit HogueClassic.com. See you at the beach.
Hi, remember us?
We're back,
Christine and Jack from the Jewelry Box.
which is now the Jewelry Box Estate Buyers.
Relocated in a new spot in our old shopping center.
But we're still Orange County's preeminent buyer of gold, jewelry, watches, and flatware.
And we're still a full jewelry repair center. And with our 3 graduate gemologists, we're still here to appraise your special pieces.
And like always, at the Jewelry Box Estate Buyers,
it's about trust.
Did you know that the Laguna Hills Lodge was originally built as a place for relatives or friends to stay when they were visiting? In 1968, Laguna Woods' residents built the first 2 buildings of the lodge because they wanted a place close by for visitors to stay. Since then, the lodge has become the spare bedroom for the Laguna Woods' residents. The lodge has received the TripAdvisor Award of Excellence 8 years in a row. We invite you to stay in one of our recently remodeled garden rooms and take advantage of a special offer for Laguna Woods' residents, family, and friends.
Orcam Read empowers people with low vision.
Sometimes reading can be a challenge. With Orcam Read, just point and click. Read at work. Read a recipe. Read a magazine. Read anything you want. Orcam Read.
We have the pleasure of speaking with Juanita Skillman this morning, and she's with the Golden Rain Foundation. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, they did meet on Tuesday of last week. Good morning. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
It's a little dreary out there, huh? Nice to come in, though, and get out of that.
Yeah, well, I guess the big rain's coming later tomorrow or Wednesday.
Exactly.
Another big storm coming in.
Yeah, everybody batten down the hatches again.
Yeah, well, at least here it hasn't been so bad. We did have a little flooding, but most of it's been pretty good. But boy, the Central Valley and up through there.
Right. I think we've been pretty fortunate. Like you said, we had very little flooding, and the Liso Creek seemed to do okay. And then we haven't lost any trees, which sometimes we get that experience as well.
We lost 5 trees.
Five
so
trees
far.
this year? Okay.
But who knows? It's the next storm will be.
Exactly. Well, let's talk about some of the things that you all spoke about last week. And the first thing you really wanted to talk about is that Gate 12 area.
Yes, that's a big issue with us right now. And our General Services Department and our Security Department has been doing great. And at our Security Access meeting last week, they talked about what they're doing. First of all, they've put in a second ambassador. So with 2 people there, it will help get things through a little bit faster. They're also talking about putting in an RFID reader that we don't have gates. It's too narrow a passage to put in the gates, but it would have like a stoplight, red and green light, where it reads your RFID and puts on the green light. And hopefully that will speed things up a little bit. Also, one of the problems was that Dwelling Live passes did not work for Gate 12. And so now they're fixing it so you can have a 1-day pass, but your annual passes through Dwelling Live do not work. You need to get a special 1-day pass if you're going to come in as a guest to play golf or to go to the restaurant or one of the functions at Clubhouse 2, whatever. And they're also updating the gatehouse technology because when we built that, and we did not put in all of the technology that the other gates have, and so they're busy updating that so that they can see a computer immediately that yes, you are sanctioned to come in.
Exactly.
So hopefully that will help.
Yeah, people will notice that gatehouse is quite, it's a lot smaller than the other gatehouses.
Yeah, it is.
Barely holds one person.
It's just a tiny little thing.
Right.
But of course, when it was built, all we had was the golf course, and then we built Village Greens and put in the restaurant, and then we redid Clubhouse 2, and we redid the lawn bowling and put in the passive park, and then of course all the pickleball came in. So all of a sudden it's a very popular
and I would
gate.
imagine that gate's popular too with a lot of guests, so that kind of slows things down.
Exactly.
And the last thing we want to do is slow down any traffic on Moulton Parkway.
Absolutely. And the worst is where they're coming down and have to turn left. When they're turning right into it on Moulton, it's not so bad because they can stay over to the right. But it kind of blocks traffic for the people that are turning left. So it's just a shame. There have been problems because it was kind of an open gate with people who were not supposed to be here coming in to use our facilities, whether it was pickleball or Club 19 or whatever. And as I think I'd mentioned before, 19 could lose their liquor license because they are specifically mandated only to serve members and guests. And so the other thing is they would have to ask for ID every time they sold a meal or a drink or whatever. So we're trying to work down the middle.
And that's why security is so important no matter what gate it is.
It is, it is. And our security is great. But like all of our departments, they're understaffed.
That's true.
We can't get people to work.
And speaking about security, we have some departments that are actually going to be moving next door to us.
I'm really excited with this. We finally got the leases signed. And as you can see at the community center right next door, to our right, if you go out the front door, is the town center office building. And we have 4 suites now in that. Security is moving over. There are IT department is busy redoing the dispatch center, which is a lot of technology.
Absolutely.
Getting that all ready, and where they hope to move in the end of this month. And landscape services will be there, and 2 of the maintenance divisions, including damage restoration.
Right.
And they have been in horrible quarters up by the maintenance building in what we call Building E.
Right.
And this last storm really was bad. I mean, leaking and roof coming and all of this kind of stuff. So we're really glad to see them get into good quarters while we decide what we're going to do as a permanent situation. So we have a 2-year lease on this, and I think this will be very good to keep them all close. We looked at rental properties all over Laguna Woods and Aliso Viejo and even up to Irvine. But this is great that they're just right here by us.
Right. It's easy for them to access and then to come over to the community center, because that facility really isn't a walk-in for residents. It's all staff related.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, they're in a building that probably was built originally in the 60s, and it's a brick building that's had very little improvements done to it. So,
Right.
you know, I think it's had its time, and we just need to
I
figure
think
out
the
what to do
staff
with
is
it.
going to be so happy to be in
Yeah.
decent office space,
Yeah.
and we owe that to our employees, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, and they are going to be happy. We
been
actually were working with the IT department. Our broadband techs have been looking at bringing fiber over to that building, and we were able to walk the building last week. It's going to be a much better condition for our staff.
Oh,
and,
absolutely.
Be nice to have them get their work done there. And they're right
Well,
next door.
I feel for them because that other building is so bad. And this is just going to be so much nicer for them. And that's what we owe our employees, is a nice working conditions.
exactly,
So
yeah.
we've been kind of holding our breath that OSHA wouldn't come down and look at it. We could have gotten in a lot of trouble.
Hopefully they're not watching.
No.
Well, in order to pay for all these things, we want to talk about some of the GRF financial information that you've been sharing.
Well, this is probably the biggest issue that we're seeing right now on the boards. And it's kind of been one board against the other on how to handle all of this. First pulled out of a lot of their investments and went into T-bills, and then United did everything, and they lost $1.2 million when they cashed everything out. And we look at it and we said, ours would be $1.6 million. Do we really want to do that? It's like a savings account. It's nothing we need right now for operations.
Right.
So we can wait a year or two as things mature, and as they mature, because then they at least have their face value, then we can change things over. So that's what we've decided to do.
Right.
Now, right now in GRF, we are better than budget by $188 million. And that's because it's early in the year. A lot of things, the bills and everything come later in the year. So we're going to use that up. That's not going to be a surplus, but we're doing well. But our investment portfolio, which is what everybody's about, is up $275,000. So we are making money. We're doing well. We're protecting our investments. Jim Hopkins, who's the GRF treasurer, gave a fantastic report at our GRF meeting. And anybody that didn't see it, it's being rebroadcast this Wednesday at 5 or 6 p.m. Anyway, in the evening. And you should tune in and see it, because he spent a lot of time doing what I'm summarizing and going over all of that. So we're taking a measured approach toward flexibility and liquidity. We don't need the liquidity that much. We want to be sure that we protect what we've got, and if we make some, that's fine, but we don't want to lose a lot.
Right. Especially after what's happened over the weekend with a couple of these California banks.
And none of ours is in Bitcoin.
Okay, good. No crypto. And,
no crypto. Our portfolio contains 6 funds. They're mostly Treasury bonds, some AAA corporate bonds, and there are other corporate instruments, but they vary from 1 to 5 years, and the dates of maturity vary. So we have that time to wait and not panic.
Yeah.
and not lose $1.6 million by dumping everything right now.
Right. And you don't really lose unless you sell it.
That's right,
So
and that's
if you
why
have-
we're
if
not
you-
doing
if
it.
you
And yet we
time-
have other mutuals who are saying, you're not doing your fiduciary duty, you've got to sell, you've got to sell. No, we're not going to do that. And let's see.
And each fund is unique too, because it seems they have bounce back. It says from this slide they have historically rapid interest rates, and we're going to see how the Fed handles this kind of experience over the weekend, and if they will raise rates in the next
Yeah,
week.
because they were supposed to raise rates the end of this month, and now they're saying, nah, maybe not. So, but we're going to wait it out. We figure we're in a really good financial position. Operationally, we have no problem. And we're just going to hold on to our money and see what we've got. Our investment advisor selects the optimum timing for us to convert each fund, and they go 1 to 5 years. And as they mature, we look for one with a higher interest rate, and we move over to that. We want to optimize our return and gain rapid flexibility, taking advantage of the step increases in market value that you see on TV and when you read the papers, et cetera. And they change from lower to higher rate bonds. And if we panic and every time something happens, we go with it's not a good way of managing money, we don't think.
Right.
When each fund's projected market value changes and the yield's optimized, then we move it to treasuries.
Right.
But we're not going to dump everything and move it to treasury right away.
So it's not like the GRF is buying, equities and stocks on a regular basis.
Absolutely.
So it's more of a,
they are
very
all government backed.
conservative,
They are all in
government-backed.
government institutions. They're all FDIC backed.
Yeah.
We're not going to lose anything. It just, if we sell right now, we do.
Right.
We could lose $1.6 million.
Right.
And we're not going to do that. So we're going to wait it out and slowly but surely move them to other treasury bills as they mature, and we keep our complete value in it. So Jim Hopkins is really a great treasurer.
Yeah.
And as I say, I encourage everybody to watch the meeting and see his whole complete report,
Right.
because he does a great job on it.
Yeah.
And
Then we'll report again next
then
month.
we'll report again next month.
And that's what's so important. People have to be part of the committee process and to be part of that finance committee. And even if you're not a numbers person, just to go and sit and start to understand that the people have a handle on this. And if you've ever met Jim Hopkins, he's a very diligent gentleman, and he knows his numbers. And
Absolutely.
He is really on top of this.
And at the very least, what you should do is watch the board meetings.
Right.
Once a month, our board meetings, because Jim gives a complete report, a treasurer's report and a report from the finance committee, so that the numbers up on the screen, et cetera, even novices can pretty understand where we are and what we're doing.
Absolutely.
And he gives the philosophy behind it too. So.
Exactly. Well, if you can't catch our meeting here on Village Television, be sure and tune into our YouTube channel. You can always go to Village Television. Just search YouTube, Village Television, and you'll find our channel if you're not a subscriber.
Laguna Woods Village Television.
Well, it's actually
I
Village
tried it the other
Television.
way, and
Really?
all I got was
Well,
nothing.
Uh-oh.
But if
Well,
I did
we'll
Laguna
sort
Woods
that.
Village Television, I found
Yeah,
it.
so you'd be able to just see our playlist, and you'll be able to see the Golden Rain Foundation, and they're all dated, so that it would be the next one that you would see that comes up on the screen. So we hope that you'll watch it, and you can always watch it at your convenience. You can pause it, and they'll pick it up later on wherever you are. So
And we'll have another meeting
avenue.
coming up the first weekend, Tuesday in April.
Right.
So we'll get another report.
Sounds good. Well, we thank you so much for coming in this dreary Monday, but thanks so much for joining us today on the program. And
Absolutely.
GRF does meet on the first Tuesday of every month. It's 9:30 right here on Village Television, and it's live, and you can also participate as well, so be sure and look for that Zoom link, or just come on over to the Community Center and be a part of that process. That's going to be at 9:30 in the morning on the first Tuesday of each month right here in your boardroom, right in the Community Center. Thanks again for joining us.
We love to have people come
Absolutely.
in person.
In person. Be there. Hey, we're going to be back with we're going to have a break, and then we'll be back for a couple more announcements and tell you about what else is going on in your community. We'll be right back right after this.
Freedom Village Skilled Nursing offers rehabilitation after surgery with our team of on-site therapy professionals. We are proud that our quality care measures are recognized by Medicare. We support you with your recovery with a caring staff and registered nurses around the clock. Freedom Village Skilled Nursing is conveniently located near 3 hospitals, open to the public, and offers private Serenity suites. Call today to experience first-class care for your loved one.
We promise to meet you with an open heart and curious mind. To never have the answers before we've heard your story. Because you are not everyone else, and healthcare is not one size fits all. Highest performing hospital, top ranked physicians, 50 convenient locations, right here in Orange County. You, empowered by Hoag.
If you truly want to make a difference, there's no better way than a career in California water, a dynamic, essential industry at a critical turning point.
Water is absolutely the most crucial thing hitting our Central Valley and our state.
It's work that's so essential that people want to stick with it if they're in it.
It will be life-changing, not only for yourself, but for generations to come.
Through times of drought, aging infrastructure, and a growing population, the water leaders of tomorrow will seek innovative solutions to unprecedented challenges, helping protect California's most vital resource.
We have to broaden our network so that we can bring all the bright minds together to solve a problem that has to be solved.
It's a valuable resource. We need to protect it, and we always need people to do that.
The water business isn't just about delivering water, moving it from point A to point B. A new wave of opportunities are emerging, from working in the field to a water quality lab, shaping policy in a boardroom to customer service and human resources, tackling complex regulations, or leveraging technology for critical improvements in water efficiency and sustainability.
It's not just building pipes and pump stations anymore.
We need engineers, we need those in the hard sciences, we need those in the soft sciences, people that understand law, understand public policy.
You need the accountants, you need the rate setters.
We need all types and all hands on deck.
There's nothing more central to California's future than carrying on the water industry's mission.
It's a tremendous responsibility we have in delivering that water resource that you can't live without.
If you really want to make an impact, then this is where you're going to have the most impact.
In California water, you'll find a vast array of long-term, well-paying careers with numerous opportunities to grow and make your mark, and new initiatives welcoming the next generation.
It makes me feel like I can make a real big difference.
If you think that this industry is a non-changing industry, that's exactly the reason why you have to get involved. That's why you have to come in to affect that change.
It's only going to become more important as years go on, too.
Why not be that person to take the water industry to the next level?
We're going to have to be more innovative, we're going to have to collaborate more, and we'll need a new generation to help us do that.
The impact that your service will bring to public service and to water in general will last for generations to come.
Achieve a level of comfort you've never known before. The Daydreamer will take you through smooth movements and guide you effortlessly into your favorite positions. Adjust the power pillow for ideal support for your head and neck. This and our positioning technology allows for infinite relaxation. Lay back in zero gravity while watching TV and put your body and mind at ease. Lift your spirits and find your favorite daydream. Contact your local Golden retailer today.
Welcome to Harvard Eye Associates. We're focused on your eye care at all 3 of our Orange County locations.
Our new location in Laguna Hills, Orange, and San Clemente.
Each facility features the latest in advanced technology and diagnostic equipment.
And a trusted collection of doctors that care about your vision and your quality of life.
We deliver what matters to you
and your family. Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today.
Village Television presents Friday Films, only on Village Television. Fridays at 2 and 6 p.m. Foreign films, dramas, and comedies. Award-winning films, romance and mystery. Independent films. Every Friday, only on Village Television.
Well, like the weather's been the last couple of days, a bit drizzly, it's a great time to go out there and get yourself a hot chocolate. And we're going to have a hot chocolate social. That's going to be brought to you by Memorial Care and the Thrive Group. And it's very similar to what we did with the Ice Cream Social, which was super popular. And not only was the ice cream terrific, and just as our hot chocolate will be, it was a great opportunity for residents to come out and meet other residents. We also have some raffles, and we do some very interesting and entertaining things throughout that time. So be sure and join us on Wednesday, March 22nd. That's going to start at 2 o'clock. That's over there at Clubhouse 7, and you can have yourself a wonderful hot chocolate and just be able to meet new residents, new friends, new neighbors. And then we also have an opportunity to talk to you a little bit about our Thrive efforts. Thrive's been around for many years now, and our leader, Beth Perrick, helps us get through all the wonderful things that we kind of bring to you through Thrive. And then, of course, Memorial Care has been a terrific partner here in our community for many, many years, and they're going to be helping talk and also provide entertainment that I think you'll enjoy. Last time, I have to tell you this, we said it's going to be from 2 to 3. At 3 o'clock, we expected everyone to already be gone. They all stayed until well into 3:30, 4 o'clock. That tells you how much fun they were having. It was a great time. So be sure and join us. That's going to be next Wednesday, March 22nd. That's going to be at 2 o'clock. And one other thing that we want to tell you about, that's going to be this Friday, March 17th. We're going to have the March Food Distribution, and that's our drive-through. And they load the groceries into your car. That's going to start at 9 o'clock, and it does go for about an hour and a half until 10:30. Located over there at the United Methodist Church. Everyone is welcome, and it's sponsored by Saddleback Church in Laguna Woods. You want any more information, give them a call there at 609-8574. That's going to be this Friday, St. Patrick's Day, and it's going to be at 9 o'clock until 10:30 in the morning. Well, let's take a look outside real quick. It looks like the weather is still going to be kind of overcast and possibly even some rain there. We've got some dark clouds that are sitting there. If you're watching our live program at 9:26 this morning, we're going to have partly cloudy skies for today, and then those showers will appear tomorrow and through Wednesday. And then as Thursday and Friday come along, the skies will clear up just a little bit. And then I understand another storm, I believe this one they call the Pineapple Express, and a lot of heavy rain, especially in the Northern California area, will be coming again next week. So be sure and keep that umbrella handy because we're going to need it, and it's going to be kind of a drizzly day today, but a great time to get out and, you know, get that walk in while you can before it starts raining the next couple of days. I do thank you for joining me today on the program. I appreciate you being on the show with us. And Lisa Hart will be joining us tomorrow as she returns from vacation. And we'll bring you more information and very interesting things happening right here in your community. I'm Paul Ortiz, and we'll see you again next time on Village Television.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. Remember me? I'm the king of whoopee. And you're watching Village Television. But everybody does.